It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
You decide when you lose, not other people.
And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. Today with Melanie Mack.
Makes your skin soft and...
And in this world of insanity, we are graciously supported by fans of common sense. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no, what happened? There it is. There we go. Good to see you. Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. My mouse stopped working like 3 seconds before. You should have seen. Ah! Freaking out. Here we are. We are off to a banger today. Happy Tuesday to you. Oh, welcome on out. It's going to be a good one. Hello, Blabs.
You know, I can see you, right? Backstage, so I saw that.
You see me going,
Yeah, your eyes, man, they pop out of your head. I'm just saying. They're like, ding.
That was awesome. That was great. That was my hand got caught here, my mouse got caught up here, and I was trying to hit things and it just didn't work out. But here we are, we're ready to go. What's that, Labs?
I'm proud of you.
Hey, thanks, appreciate that. We fight through, we go get it on a day-to-day basis. It's what we do. Man. Look, we got a banger today. I'm beyond excited to have. It's Tuesday, which means it's Melanie Day.
Yay! Hi!
How's your day going?
So far so good. Really good. Tomb Raider remasters. You guys could expect me to be playing those later today.
What? That's pretty awesome.
Yes, I have my secrets. So I will be playing those today.
On what channel? On
YouTube at Melanie Mack, or if you just search Melanie Mack Gaming Streams, Kick at Melanie Mack, and Twitch at Melanie Mack.
Like a full day before, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing all day, and then of course tomorrow, and then all that stuff. So,
awesome.
But definitely excited to play today.
Well, we got a lot to talk about today. It's gonna be we got a little bit of Tomb Raider to talk about, a little bit, a little Crystal Dynamic.
They have to crap on things, of course, as they always do.
We're definitely gonna get to that, which will be great. We got some Super Bowl follow up. We got an Amazon lawsuit, which you should be a part of. Everybody should be a part of. Did you know that everybody is gay?
Really?
We found that out today, thanks to reporting.
LGBTQIAAP. No letter left behind.
Look at me. I'm virtue signaling.
Hang on, I got another.
Gentle them.
This is every single
So
gaming
cringe.
company today.
It is.
Oh,
It's
my
so
God.
cringe.
So we're going to be joined a little bit at noon Central Time, in about 55 minutes or so, with from a pretty, I'd say, popular streamer over on the Kick side. This guy called the Joker. We're going to be getting into the story about this Kick streamer who's been doing some naughty things, and there have been consequences for it. We wanted to talk about it yesterday, but the story is it's ongoing, and there's a lot going on in this thing. So we're bringing in an expert to talk about this today. And the good things is that it's an ongoing process, and good things are happening because of it. Also, E3 may not be dead.
Oh.
But not the way you may think, which is interesting. We also have the wonderful segment, Streamers Are Dumb, coming up a little bit later today after we get into all the crazy stuff, as well as some, this just says localizer thread. What's that about, Blabs?
Oh, that's the anime stuff that's going on. One of the persons got fired.
Oh!
Yeah, but like the way that the company puts the message out is like, it's fine to change the message in the original work. However, and then they go on. It's kind of bullshit.
Okay, we'll get into that in a little bit for sure. But first, I'd like to remind you guys, we are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Join us over there, hit the follow button, because there will be a day where we will not be welcome over on YouTube. I promise you that. There will be a day where YouTube says, literally, literally every single day, every single show, we get marked with the yellow $sign, which means our distribution is limited, our reach is limited, our monetization is limited. Every single show. And I have to put it in for request. Sometimes it's upheld, sometimes it's not. And so if you can't find the show, that is why, because we talk about things that no other gaming and entertainment podcast will talk about. And YouTube doesn't like that. There you go. So do us a favor, follow us over on Rumble. We also have an X account over at x.com/sidescrollerpod. We also have an Instagram, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow us there for clips and memes and whatnot. And you know what? No violence today. Come if you'd like to join us. That's it.
Oh, how nice.
That's wonderful.
No
That's wonderful.
violence.
No.
No violence at all.
No.
But I'll tell you what, I will kick your ass if you don't hit the follow button over on Kick at kick.com/sidescrollers. I will beat your ass straight up into the ground. It's ridiculous. Well, sometimes you got to slap a bitch. Right, Craig? That's right. Also, more importantly, go follow us over at locals.com or sidescrollers.locals.com or sidescrollerspodcast.com. It's a redirect link. It's a vanity link. That's what happens when you make those things. It's great. You can also hit the follow button over here on YouTube or the subscribe button and join Melanie. The 66,614.
Oh! Yay, no exorcist stuff going on today, but soon. Don't worry.
We're about
I'll be
50
here.
short. 50 short. Yes. 50 short right now.
Although it does say on YouTube 66.6K. So it's
Yes, it does.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
I see some of the 199 coming in right now. Appreciate you guys popping in. Make sure you guys say hello in the chat. Love you guys. Great. But yes, we got a good one today. Also, hit the like button, the thumbs up button. Help spread this as much as YouTube will allow us by commenting, hitting the thumbs up button. 500 is always our goal. And we always do our best to get to 25 memberships every single show. And we are off to a banger of a start as Sir Neof Strife came in with 10 gifted memberships.
Yay!
Let's go. Hey, if you guys got a gifted membership, make sure you say thank you. Melanie, what color are we going with today?
Oh, let's go with that aqua color.
Aqua.
Or that blue.
This blue.
It's
right?
like, yeah, it looks kind of aqua on my screen.
I love how Melanie says aqua and then Craig's like, the green one.
Well, sometimes. But
Are you
aqua is blue.
colorblind?
No, aqua is blue-green. That's what aqua is. It's like by
There's
definition, it's a blue-green.
blue.
little bit,
green.
but it's more blue than green. But he is a dude. You just have to use primary colors
Right,
when
it's
talking
true.
to
Should have
dudes.
been like teal.
How dare you, Melanie? How dare you assume my gender today? It's ridiculous.
This is Melanie to Craig today.
so dumb.
You're just waiting on that one, weren't you?
I
Ridiculous.
was.
Just waiting on that. I got a new one. Got a new one to use. Oh, ridiculous.
All
Every day.
right.
Look at it right there. We're going blue today. Sir Neof Strife, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. Also, check out Kongzilla, brand new member. And I put this at 11 today.
Godzilla!
Let's go. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Blabs, read off Rob on Wheels real quick.
All right, Rob on Wheels for £10. Highest TV rating since the flipping moon landing? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Lots of those.
Lots of them, yes. We're going to get into the Super Bowl and all the ratings attached to that very, very shortly. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you, buddy. Hey, one thing I do need to remind everybody. Thursday, 2 days from now, it's like our Super Bowl. Speaking of the Super Bowl, you guys need to be here. Thursday, we're live for 12 hours, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We're going to have some awesome goals. We're essentially getting going. We got a big plan of attack for 2024 for year 2 of Side Scrollers. Blabs, what do you think about our goals? Do you like them?
I do. I think they're good.
Oh, that's good. So yeah,
I'm not saying anything until Thursday, but I like them.
Yes,
I think they're achievable.
well, that's the idea. Is we want to set achievable goals so we don't underperform. That's awesome. Snake Master came in, says, "Forgive me, Melanie, for I have sinned. I have pre-ordered Tomb Raider Remastered."
How is that a sin? I want you to pre-order the Tomb Raider remasters. I see some people in the chat, they're like, wait, the remasters are woke. The remasters are woke. They ruined it. No, it's Crystal Dynamics that's the problem. They didn't even make the remasters. They don't want us to play the remasters. They only care about their reboot garbage. But we care about the remasters.
We'll get into that in just a little bit for sure. Slav's Free Talk says, "Hey crew, I love to hear Mel's and anyone else if you want thoughts on that Jesus feet washing commercial, if you all don't mind." Oh yeah, that was the one during the Super Bowl everyone was pissed off about.
I made a tweet about it. It was blasphemous the way that it was portrayed because and I won't go on too long of a tangent about this, but Jesus washed his disciples' feet, first of all. So the way that they kind of portray this is Jesus justifying their sin, or just kind of turn us into these hippies that it's just like, oh, we have to accept everyone and everything that they do, and we have to be it put us in like a like submissive role to them. So it's just like, no, Jesus didn't affirm sin. Jesus told people not to sin, and him washing his disciples' feet was representative of how he washes away our sin, not condone it. And so I think the entire ad was blasphemous.
Blasphemous freaks. I don't know. I appreciate your input on that. Dan came in, says, "My favorite podcast. Let's go." Thank you so much, Dan. Appreciate that. Sir Neop Strife came in and says, "We are at the mercy of Mistress Blabs." That's weird. Is that a new character we have? Mistress
Blabs.
Wow. Am I like going to step on someone? Is that what's happening?
She's being nice to us
Step
today.
on
and
me, mommy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Listen, I have a throne. I'm just saying.
Oh, boy. Legion of Memers. Go crazy. There you go. We got a new character, Mistress Blabs. Thanks, Sir Neop Strife.
Step on you. $5.
She's being nice to us today and not being violent today. Let's make sure we get to that 25 memberships today. Let's go. That's right. Let's do it, Sir Neop Strife. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that support. And Captain YOLO came in with the $20 Canadian super chat. Says, "Watching this live is the best way to start my week of vacation. Let's go! Hail from the beautiful city of Montreal. You guys, Nerdrotic, G&G, and Normal World on the Blaze are superior to the crap in the mainstream media. Keep up the fight." Hey, thank you so much, Captain Lolo. Appreciate
Thank you.
Captain
Eat a
YOLO.
beaver tail for me. Thank you.
That means multiple things.
No, it doesn't. A beaver's tail is literally like, I think that's what it was called. It's like a giant like dough thing in Montreal.
I get it.
Oh.
You put Nutella on it, some bananas, maple syrup if you want to, different toppings. Oh,
Yeah, you
so
could
good.
do that. With
Is
the
that
beaver's
what they call
Stop it, Craig!
they call a beaver's tail is a transgender woman's part?
They ruin everything, don't they?
It's a beaver tail.
They ruin everything. See, Dean Richards says a beaver tail's like a chocolate donut. See? It's true. They ruin everything. I just want to eat poutine and beaver's tail and be left in silence. That's it. That's all I want. And I want to be able to wear like rainbows again without being like a lesbian or something. I'm just saying. Can we bring back the rainbow? Bring it back.
Bring that rainbow back. I agree.
Here I am.
Bring it back.
Yeah, here's the rainbow.
He's back.
And then all of a sudden I have like this vision to sing Aquarius, let the sun shine in,
God.
and then it's freaking Craig the rainbow.
Hey, David came in and says, "If Babs is short for Barbara, is Blab short for Blarbara?"
No. You know, Az dubbed me Babs once on Heels versus Babyface. He nicknamed me Babs.
Yeah. Well, everyone knows your real name is Blarbara. So
Yeah,
it's great.
there it is. There it is.
And Christine Okin says, "I still have the original copies of Tomb Raider 1 through 3 on the Saturn and PlayStation. I wish they made a physical copy of the HD
I
remaster."
know. So bummed there's no physical copy, but I mean, it seems to be the pre-orders are massive right now. Who knows? Maybe they would release a physical if they're successful enough. Won't count it out.
Dude came in over on Rumble, says, well, when you look at adult content, don't you look at a guy and a gal? You are partly gay because the guy's in there. Okay,
You know
dude.
what? I agree with that. I think that's why I think that pornography is like a cuckoldry. But I won't go too deep into that because I know that will make people mad.
Blake wanted to know your thoughts on the He Gets Us Ad. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate that over on Rumble. And Captain YOLO came in with a $10 Canadian. Thank you so much, Captain YOLO. Says money for Blabs to get a beaver tail after the live stream and to get some bagels from up here in Montreal. for everyone.
Montreal bagels suck. But
Oh,
beaver
wow.
tails are great.
Oh.
Also, it'd be a very long drive for me to go to Montreal, so.
Wow. Dean Richards says, not sure if you saw, but DSP likes to talk trash about you guys and other shows like this. And just the other day, he admitted to e-begging on stream. Well, look, Dean, here's the thing about DSP. We don't care. And if you guys would like to give money to anybody, we will gladly accept that money, right? We're cool. Hey, this is a for-profit business, this whole side-scrollers thing. We are trying to actually make a living doing this. No shame. It's what we do. It's literally what we do. But, hey, I admire... no, I don't. I'm not going to say I admire DSP.
Remember when you didn't even remember what DSP had become? You're like, I just want to interview him from years ago. It was cool then. And then boom.
It's crazy, man.
How much has changed?
Hey, Hegan came in. That's awesome with a $20 super chat. Says, my parents handed me Benadryl for my anxiety, but if I wanted to hide from my anxiety, I just smoke weed. Okay.
Ooh, and I suggest trying magnesium. Most people are magnesium deficient. And so if you have an anxiety problem, magnesium glycinate specifically, because citrate's a little different and it'll make you poop a lot. So try magnesium glycinate. And that helps a lot of people with anxiety.
And if you don't try that one, you try the other magnesium, go in slow doses as you increase. Or else, like Melanie said, you will shit a lot.
Yes.
It's true.
Awesome. You know what else is awesome? Retromeister came in with a $50 super chat. Let's go. Blast, read it off so I can say, look at that. Look at it.
I love his avatar, by the way, the wolf. That's sweet. Very good, Craig. Is it stuck to your fingers? As much as we need to celebrate OG Lara's comeback, I want to bring up the sad news that Embracer's Canada Deus Ex game that was 2 years in development. At this rate, we'll all be living in is it Deus Ex or Deus Ex?
Deus Ex.
Perfect
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. Perfect dark future before new games comes out.
For real. But here's the thing is I hope if Embracer is canceling stuff, then I hope they cancel the new Tomb Raider game that Crystal Dynamics has been working on for years now. Cancel that and let's just stick with the remaster stuff. Let Aspire do it. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself on the topic. We're about to go deeper into this, so I'll wait.
We are. Hey, give it up for Retromeister, everybody, with the $50. That's ridiculous and spectacular. Thank you very much for that support. And finally, Dean came in. Says, have another one on me then. I wasn't planning on giving it to DSP or anything. I'll leave all the great donations. I will leave all the great donations by the Argentina peeps. Hey, Dean. You know who appreciates that? All of us. Thank you very much, Dean. Appreciate that. We'll take all of them. We will. We greatly appreciate that. Thanks for your support, Dean. Dan came in. Says, speaking of Super Bowl, did you hear the stupid news about the basic buzz haircut from barbershops? Just
What?
stupid to me. No, I have not heard about this.
I didn't hear anything about buzz cuts. No.
Labs, do a little digging here.
Yeah.
What do we got? Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. And 60 Watt came in and says, here's a few bucks for my favorite e-beggar. Shout out to my favorite foot washer, Jesus. Let's go. Hey, thank you so much, 60 Watt. Greatly appreciate your support. We'll gladly take that mantle of e-beggar foot washers. That's what we do here on the channel. You got anything over there, Blabs? You find anything?
I think it's just guys having really stupid ass haircuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Sounds
I don't
good.
know what's going on here. Everyone's just, like stupid ass barber haircuts. But that's it.
Okay.
Huh, interesting.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
what a bunch of dummies then. What a bunch of idiots. All right, let's get into it, ladies. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. We talked about this yesterday with Flash, and we're going to talk about it now, Melanie. We talked about the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did, because my family, we always have a Super Bowl party. I was otherwise would have completely skipped it because I'm so over it. This season just was the worst behind the pandemic season. I was over it.
Well, people were not over it. People were very into it. So much so that CBS's presentation of the Super Bowl was the highest viewed thing ever.
Wow.
On network TV with 120 million. That includes Nickelodeon and all the other fun stuff as well. Here are the stats for the Super Bowl. You can see from 2008 all the way up to 2023. What's interesting here is you can see the disconnect in like 2016 when like they kind of went like super woke and people started bowing out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they kind of got back to football and now people are into it again. After 120 million this past year, the highest rated Super Bowl ever. When they just kind of like focused on football, and Taylor Swift.
Well, and as much as I hate it, I do think that Taylor Swift, all that garbage did get more new viewers in, which was their goal. And it was in their best interest for Taylor Swift to be at the Super Bowl. That's why I stand by the opinion that it was scripted, that this was planned. The Chiefs had to be in the Super Bowl. And so yeah, the NFL has been wanting to reach a younger audience for a while. What better way can you do it than to manufacture a relationship between your star player and the most famous pop singer in the world? So that's how they did it, but I don't think it's sustainable because all these Swifties and stuff, they're not going to keep watching football, not when she's gone and she's dating someone else.
Right, and writing love songs about Travis Kelce. Now,
Yes.
the whole stage thing. The whole stage thing is really interesting. And there's actually a former NFL player who played for 10 seasons, and he's like, yeah, this is all staged, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
But so as somebody who has played sports and even got paid to play sports, slam ball, what's up, 20 years ago, I will say this. I think it's very difficult to stage things as a player, right? I don't think that this is like some choreographed thing that where the winners and losers are predetermined by the players. I think the players legitimately are going out there and trying to win every game. With that said, I think things that help change the game, as we've seen in the NBA, I would not put it past the NFL, are the people who really change and dictate the game are the referees. And that is something that we saw in the NBA several years ago, where it made more sense for the Lakers to be in the NBA Finals instead of the Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. It makes more sense for the Miami Heat to win and to beat the Dallas Mavericks. It makes more sense for this playoff series to go 7 games instead of 5 games, because guess what? More money, more revenue. Everybody makes more. It just makes more sense, right? And that's a pun on multiple levels. And it just makes sense to have the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Right?
It did. But and while I don't think that every play, I don't think that everything that they do is scripted, because that would be insane just to do something like that. But I will say, and like you said with the refs, definitely agree with that. I mean, we saw that evident with all the way back in the Jets versus Chiefs game. And the Jets without Aaron Rodgers and all that, because we know how that played out. The Jets as bad and terrible of a team as they are, had that game. They had the win there. And Sauce Gardner, they wait for that play to play out before they call the holding on Sauce Gardner, because it would have sealed the game for them. And so things like that happening, you don't wait until after the play, after you see the outcome of the play before you throw the flag. You throw the flag when you see the penalty take place. So there's that. You see throughout the season players avoiding chief ball carriers, not to mention the fumble that happened in the Ravens game. That looked pretty sus. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I think that, at the very least, okay, there's some partiality with the refs and all that stuff, but I 1000% am very suspicious about the outcome and everything. Not to say the Chiefs are a bad team, and they're a good team, but I think especially when it comes to playing against the 49ers, they were clearly outmatched.
Right. So anyways, a lot of people watched it, though. People were very into it. 120 million people. The Taylor Swifts ended up winning. One of the things that we didn't actually talk about yesterday was, did you hear about this Kanye West commercial that happened at the Super Bowl? Okay. So Kanye West, apparently the going cost for a Super Bowl commercial was for a 30-second ad was $7 million. Okay. $7 million for a 30-second spot. So Kanye West, his team spent $7 million on the cost of it, for buying the Super Bowl ad, but they didn't have any money left over for production. So this was the commercial that was put out by Kanye West.
Hey y'all, this Ye, and it's my commercial. And since we spent all the money on the commercial spot, we actually didn't spend any money on the actual commercial. But the idea is, I want you to go to Yeezy.com, YEEZY.com, and I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen. And I got some shoes, and that's it.
Okay. So that's the commercial that ran during the Super Bowl.
No
I
way.
somehow missed it. I must have been just talking with my family. That is
Okay.
something.
You don't even make a little script before filming that. You can just write it down yourself and then
Can't
read
even
it.
put text on the screen?
Yeah, he didn't even do that.
It's like it wouldn't work. Oh, wait, it did, because they sold $19 million worth of items based on that $7 million commercial.
Wow.
Amazing.
He sold 266,000 Yeezy Pods, 79,000 Xbox, or one box. I don't even know what these. I guess these are different shoes, I guess. But it generated $19.3 million in sales in less than 24 hours.
Wow. This would have been a good segment for Clown World, like chat's saying.
That's funny.
So good on Kanye West for that.
Wow.
That's pretty ridiculous. So I just think it's amazing. When you have 120 million pairs of eyeballs on you, you have an opportunity to make some money. Great stuff. So Karen says, that worked? What world am I living in, right?
Right?
Oh man, people are interested.
I mean, it's better. It was better than most of the commercials.
It had a very effective message,
Yeah.
straight to the point. Duncan McCockiner says, love the show, guys. Hey, appreciate that with the 199. Really appreciate
Great
that.
name.
Tomak says, I just saw that Stellar Blade is going to be rated M for nudity under costume and excessive violence. This game is becoming more based by the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my
I
God.
just heard that the developers did confirm that Nier Automata was actually their inspiration. So,
I loved Nier Automata. That's such a good game.
So, boobies.
So,
Yeah.
boobies. Side note, I pulled up Stellar Blade. Apparently, it's getting an adult-only rating due to nudity and explicit gore.
Wait, in AO?
Yes, in a Korean storefront.
Oh, I was gonna say in the US because that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, that is very much unheard of, but it sounds pretty cool. The creators did not shy away from controversy. The game's director has also not done his part to calm the minority that accused the Korean studio of over-sexualizing Eve. Part of the public has shown their displeasure at the special emphasis that Shift Up has placed, evidently on realizing and showing off the protagonist. But Kim has given some explanations which many online have felt to be inadequate. Oh, you mean people didn't like what he had to say?
Play it, Craig.
I feel like it's kind of my duty to play it at this point, you know?
For the
I'm
boobs.
gonna be honest for my part because I have a nuanced take here, and I know I'm probably gonna get a little bit of backlash for it. But I am all about. I love characters being beautiful, attractive. Look at classic Lara Croft and stuff. But I do hope that the more extremely scantily clad outfits are optional because I don't really want to play as a naked character. I am fine playing as a character with a very flattering outfit that showcases her curves and stuff, but I don't know. I
You don't want
personally
the
would.
vulgar, basically.
I would feel weird. It would be a bit too vulgar for me if I'm playing as a naked character. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, unless like there's some sort of context in the story. Like think about Metal Gear's story, where Raiden was naked and he had his hands covering. That was funny, something like that. But if it's just like, oh, okay, here we're gonna. If I'm supposed to be taking this story really serious and the
Yeah, don't
character
make
is
it
wearing
vulgar for the sake of it, basically.
right, exactly. Then I'm gonna get tuned out of it. So for that reason, I will want to pick the cute outfits, the pretty, the flattering. They still showcase her curves, all of that. But I ain't
Yeah, make
playing
the skins
no.
optional.
I ain't playing the naked ones.
She ain't playing the Nike ones. You heard it here first.
Lunar over on Rumble says nudity under costume, so like a closed person.
Yeah, I don't understand what that's supposed to mean under costume.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
we're
it's
all naked underneath our clothing.
maybe it's some sort of like
Surprise.
sheen or something that maybe you can see the outline of their bodies. Maybe perhaps I don't know. Yeah, maybe sheer outfits. Who knows? But whatever. You know, like look, the idea is that I'll be very interested to see how Stellar Blade sells based off of. This is pretty much like if there's controversy attached to these things like this seems like a pretty good opportunity for people to show their buying power if they want to see this or not. And they're doing the right things of stirring up a little bit of controversy. So guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, won't we? St. G came in, says they had a camera pointed only at her. Yeah, you're talking about Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Yes.
Ah, that was so cringe.
I did a poll in the chat, and we had 409 votes. Did you watch the Super Bowl? 71% said no.
Oh wow,
Oh.
that's interesting.
Ooh.
Cool. 60 Watts says scripted football. Don't let Vince McMahon get a hold of this, or all the teams will be the Browns. Oh. Okay, that was a stretch. Sorry. Anyone remember XFL? Yes, 60 Watt. Your Browns in your. Okay, yes. By the way, the XFL has merged with the USFL, and now it's just called like United Football League, I think it is, and they're like spring football.
Right.
So anyways, yeah.
Sports.
Sports. Anthony says pro sports are the modern day bread and a circus run by the Roman Empire centuries ago. The deep state being the modern day Roman Empire. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. And Alex says, Happy Tuesday, Craig, Blabs, and Melanie. Hey, Alex, good to see you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Emperor Nero came in with the Director Nation says, I'm so sick of people weakening the cheese pizza and child predators. If you can't tell the difference from an anime character to a real child, then you got a problem. Most anti-lolicon are child predators. Look at EDP. He is a prime example of an anti. Okay, Emperor Nero, thanks. Appreciate that. All right. Let's move on. I had, by the way, I had this thing about this King Shark story. I can't pull it up, Blabs, because I have ad block on. Can you pull it up over on Screen Rant?
Yep.
Sounds good. Appreciate that. Ice Cold came in and says, not long ago, Bayonetta was essentially the same look visually as the Stellar Blade character. What changed? And why would they love it if Eve was trans? I don't know, Ice Cold.
And yeah, this is where the double standard is with the people complaining about Eve in this case. Is these are the same people that praise Baldur's Gate for letting you get intimate with a bear, you know? And it's like, okay, if the dudes are all like, oh, and and half naked or completely naked, they're good with it. And they're good with the pure degeneracy with bestiality crap and stuff. But have a pretty girl in a tight bodysuit and there's a problem.
You know what the funniest game I played, and probably in the last decade, has been? And I don't even think you can buy this game on Steam anymore. I don't know. I don't even remember what the game was called, but you played as penises.
What?
You played as, what was that stupid game called? It was a Steam game. It was a party game, and it was a game that we played it at Game Attack several times. You just played as big old
Dig.
Yes, exactly. And they were big, colorful genital jousting. That's right, genital jousting was the name of the game. It was so ridiculous and so stupid, but it was so funny. And I think the idea was you had to wrap your wiener around other wieners and like more or less suffocate them. It was so stupid, but it was really funny, really funny. Anyways, yes, Blabs. Let's go to the next story.
Okay. Well,
On that
speaking of
note,
gay and dicks and stuff. King Shark is queer in the Arkhamverse. Kill the Justice League canon. We have a very gay show today. I'm not gonna lie. We got a lot of gay talk in here. But yeah, ta-da!
Oh my God. Okay, wait. So the shark is gay,
Yeah, he's queer now. He's queer and he's here.
and he's proud of it.
Yeah. That's it. That's the news.
Wait, wait, hold on. Why and how? Like, is there a cutscene or something that
No, they
alludes
say he
to-
strongly implies it. It's like it's not even the developers are like, yeah, he's gay.
Was there underrepresentation of gay sharks that needed to be
I guess
represented?
they account in the 17%.
We'll get to that in a minute.
so now he's eyeballing John Constantine, who's apparently bi as of, I don't know, that got retconned in.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay. Yes. Static Blue says they're turning the sharks gay. Oh my God, let's just be very real about this. You are a shark. You are gay.
Baby shark.
You have a mouth full of razors. I'm just saying, probably not a good thing. Just kind of, it doesn't seem very smart. Yeah.
Are you talking about like gum jobs and stuff right there? What are you doing?
Aiden came in with the 5, says, "Hey guys, I got 2 days off since I worked the entire week and worked at San Antonio with my bro and wait for my pay. I love natural curvy women." Hey, good for you, Aiden. Way to embrace them curves. Snake Master says, "Do you suppose we'll be hearing bangers like 'Tossed My Heart' in the penalty box and 'Heartbreak' on the sidelines last year?" Thanks, Snake Master. Appreciate that. Dean says, "Helldivers 2 is doing amazing on Steam." Yes, that 150,000 concurrent the other day. Cesario says, "Thanks, YouTube, for no notifications of the stream when I was watching the continuing dumpster fire of VTuber agency Kurosanji. Thumbs up, thumbs up." Cesario, thank you very much. Once again, it's very important. Once again, these notifications, I'm telling you, every single stream we do, literally every single show gets hit by the yellow flag of not, I bet the stream already has. I'm actually going to check it on the back end real quick. The syndication is gone. Let's see. Okay, we're still on the green right now, but there's still time. We'll see what
We're
happens.
in excellent condition.
Kyle says corn is banned in Korea. That's probably why it's adults only. If only corn were banned in the U.S.
I agree. Based, it should be.
This is Korea is a majority Christian country too, by the way. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. McFly says Stellar Blade. If you just swap the MC, it's good. If you just swap the MC for Lizzo, but kept everything else the same, would there be controversy for the left? That's right. Swap the main character with Lizzo. They would love it. Dean says King Shark is he made out with Constantine.
I think it was just the
yeah.
type of he, not he.
He.
Oh, and they'd be loving that.
Invader says, honestly, I'd rather deal with a cringe trigger warning on a game like Tomb Raider than full-on censorship. It's definitely the lesser of two evils. Well, let's get into
That
that.
is true. We're going to talk about that, so I'll save it.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll move on to that next. Anthony says, guys, quick question: who the F is Ice Spice? Great question. I don't know. I just know that she's with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Is that the
Maybe
girl
it's
who?
Spicy Ice.
I guess she's a singer, but I've never heard anything from her that I'm aware of. I just have seen pictures of her on Twitter sometimes and people talking about her, and I guess she's really famous.
Oh, she's that wannabe Annie. Gotcha.
Is she the girl who's singing about farts right now?
No! Oh, maybe, I don't know. But I saw a photo of Taylor Swift, and this chick right here was sitting next to her. And I'm like, is that a wannabe Annie? Like the musical? And
Oh,
it is.
wow.
It's her. That's who she is. I thought that was some chick who wanted to be Annie. It makes sense now.
Okay. All right, let's move on to our next story here. Melanie,
Yes.
Tomb Raider. It's here.
Oh,
This
technically
is-
tomorrow, but
Yes, but once again,
Yeah.
you'll be streaming it over
I'll
on the
be
Melanie Mac
streaming
channel.
it today.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Big deal for you. But it has been put out there that Crystal Dynamics, the OGs, the people who originally made the first Tomb Raider, right?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
The original was Core Design. They were
That's
a British company, and then after Angel of Darkness didn't meet expectations, then the Tomb Raider IP got handed off to Crystal Dynamics, and they started with Legend onward. Right.
So Crystal Dynamics has condemned the, quote, offensive depiction of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices in Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered, and said the stereotypes portrayed are, quote, deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values. Here's their statement right here. They just feel the need to let everybody know that this is a thing. The games in this collection contain offensive depiction, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much what I just said. Melanie Mac.
This is infuriating for more than one reason. First of all, the fans have been begging Crystal Dynamics to remaster the classic games. And of course, we didn't trust them to make any changes to it, anything, knowing they would, because what they've done with the rebooted universe is completely made Lara Croft unrecognizable, the games unrecognizable to Tomb Raider games, and all that. And then they insert more of their woke narrative. Okay, Lara Croft has to be a hero now. She can't be a grave robber and an actual Tomb Raider. She has to now try to restore artifacts and bring them to their rightful owners. This, that, and the other, instead of just being more of that anti-hero type. So there's already that. We've been begging for the remasters, and it's just, I just don't think there's a market for it. There's not a market for it. That's the excuse. Well, I think their statement here is very telling. They didn't want to do it because they hate classic Lara Croft. They hate everything she stands for. The games, all of that. They go everything against the woke narrative that they keep trying to shoehorn into the franchise. And so in this kind of situation, the only reason why we have remasters in the first place is because Embracer bought Tomb Raider, and with that, effectively, they've got Crystal Dynamics and all of that. And Embracer listened to the fans who have been begging for these remasters, and they handed it off to Aspire to make the remasters. And Aspire absolutely knocked it out of the park with giving an accurate portrayal, even with the updated graphics, which I never in a million years would have anticipated that someone could update the graphics and keep them faithful. I would have never trusted a modern company to do that. I would think they would change her, but instead they made the art style reminiscent of the CG version of Lara Croft from the PS1 days. So she's very recognizable, no changes there. And so Crystal Dynamics, like I said, they hate classic Lara Croft. They hate classic Tomb Raider. So, of course, they would make a statement like this and absolutely crap all over it, even though they didn't even make it. They didn't make the remasters, but they do not want, I truly believe they do not want them to succeed because they want to continue their reboot unified garbage. And by unified, basically reboot crap, woke crap and just put her in a similar outfit to what she wore in the first game. Now, someone in chat asking, is it censored? No, it's not censored. And Crystal Dynamics is acting like that was their decision anyway, which I think is complete bullcrap. It wasn't their decision. Embracer handed this off to Aspire. And so this was just Crystal Dynamics' way of spitting on the fans and hating on the classics.
So you said, I guess my question with all this is, what specifically in the games would be seen as quote unquote offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices? And your response was something about Tomb Raider and 2 and 3, the cannibals
2 and
monks?
3, yes. So in Tomb Raider 2, there are Tibetan monks. I would guess that they would have a problem with that, even though there's nothing offensive about it, but you know how it is. And then in Tomb Raider 3, there is a cannibal tribe in the South Pacific levels. And, you know, they're a dark-skinned cannibal tribe. But the thing is with this, first of all, cannibal tribes exist. So let's not pretend like it's offensive to depict one. Secondly, they were under the control of the artifact. So it's just like really grasping at straws to be offended by this kind of thing. And yeah, I doubt they had any issue with the Italian mafia bad guys.
Right. Or do they? Who knows? Like, that's the thing. What more can we be offended about, you know? I'm looking through Tomb Raider 2 gameplay right now, and I don't know. Is this on the Tibetan foothills level, or is there another?
Yeah, it would be in the Tibet levels.
Okay.
There's monks there that if you attack, like if you actually shoot at them, then they'll attack you throughout the whole game. And if you don't, then they won't. So they'll actually, it's their default to be more passive. I want to say, if I remember correctly, there's some sound effects where they're like, whoa, whoa, wah. So they probably had an issue with that. Like
my
those
God.
martial out
Yeah.
sounds.
So we should, by the way, if we're going to be offended about that, we need to go back and change Mortal Kombat back. And by the way, also we need to go back and edit all of Jackie Chan's movies. And also we need to go back and do the same with Bruce Lee. We should absolutely just edit it all out, because what do they know? They're only the Asian people that are making those. And it's like, well, it's ridiculous. My God. Okay, so this isn't going to change your stance on the game, though. You're still going to play it.
No, it doesn't change my stance on the game, because first of all, this doesn't reflect Crystal Dynamics at all. Crystal Dynamics hate it. That's why they put their disclaimer on it, and they wanted to crap on it. So I encourage everybody to actually play these remasters, because they don't want that. They want everybody just to support the reboot stuff and whatever the new stuff they're working on, which, mind you, they updated the main Tomb Raider website, and they dropped like an image showing Lara Croft standing like really awkwardly from the back with, of course, they had to make her legs really short and stubby, and so they're wanting to tease what's next, and they want to, and they do that right before the remasters drop to distract people and to try to build hype around that, but it didn't work. Nobody really gave a crap. Hardly anybody even talked about it. And everybody is still on the remasters. So it is my hope that these remasters are so successful, and that Embracer goes ahead and does what they did with the Deus Ex stuff and just cancels whatever the garbage that Crystal Dynamics has already been working on with their unified vision of the reboot stuff. Cancel that, and Aspire's already hinted that, hey, you know, if these are a success, then maybe we can remaster Tomb Raider Last Revelation and Chronicles as well. So I hope these are a success. I hope that Aspire continues to make remasters, and who knows, maybe from there they could even continue the series in this style. We don't have to have $100 million budget Tomb Raider games. We can keep things more lower budget, more of the old platformy puzzle solving style. I think there's still a market for it, and I think that these sales, that the pre-order numbers are showing that people still want Tomb Raider to be Tomb Raider, and there's still a market for that.
Dean says, so nothing was changed in game with the reboot then.
There's no reboot elements added to the remasters, to my knowledge, unless I'm surprised by something, but to my knowledge, it is completely faithful to the source material.
There you go, Chaos Smash. Thank you
It's
very
not
much for your support.
censored, no.
That's good. Just it's more about the idea of one of the companies that held the mantle of Tomb Raider at one point. They're saying we distanced from this because modern audiences.
They've wanted to disrespect it because they didn't want it made in the first place, and they effectively got proved wrong that there's a market for it, and they're mad about it.
Maybe I'll go buy it. This is
Yes.
like a Hogwarts Legacy thing. We'll just go in and
Exactly.
it'll sell 20 million copies, and it'll be the top selling game of the year. It'll be great. Hey, 60 Watt says, do you think the shark guy likes fish sticks? I like your plan. Thanks, 60 Watt. Torgo says, sign up to Side Scrollers Locals, you bunch of honkies. Talking to the chat. Their app notifications actually work. Mine came in like clockwork. There you go, Torgo. That's right. Go to sidescrollerspodcast.com or sidescrollers.locals.com.
And you know what I found about Locals is that it's actually the most accurate in terms of delay time and live stream. As soon as you hit go live, it's like instantly live, whereas YouTube, Kick, and Rumble have that slight delay. So
Yeah, it's-
Locals is like ahead of everybody else.
Suck it, everybody. Cesario says, oh, Melanie, congrats on now partaking in obsolete media with cassette tapes. Wish you had a P.O. box. I could send you a bunch to help start out.
That'd be amazing. I probably should start a P.O. box because I would love that.
Awesome. Ice Cold says, Lara's big chest confirmed bigoted. Malik says, you can still be a criminal. Beloved, look at Nathan Drake. Crystal Dynamics are bitter woke clowns.
They are.
Eddie says, can they acquire Splinter Cell next, please? I see by your avatar you're very passionate about that, Eddie. Thank you.
I love me some Splinter Cell, and I do not have any faith in what Ubisoft is going to be doing with those remakes, or the remake that's essentially tying in the original trilogy. I don't have a lot of faith in that, sadly.
Scarfy says, I'm sure they'd be all about Lara breaking artifacts if they were Civil War statues. Thank you. Dean came back, says, I want a Legacy of Kain remaster or reboot. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Not if Crystal Dynamics are in charge of it, you don't.
Bishop says, in my opinion, AOD needs a remake, not a remaster.
I agree with that. I think that Angel of Darkness was very glitchy and had some issues, and especially with the controls and stuff like that. I do think it would need a remake over a remaster, but a lot of people in the community would disagree with that.
This is ridiculous. Peter Brady came in with a $100 super chat. Doesn't even want to hear you sing, Blab.
That's fine. That's fine.
Great. Says, I can't wait for the Tomb Raider remasters tomorrow. I grew up on the 3 Tomb Raider games on PC. Let's go, Peter. Do me a favor.
Amazing.
Look at it, Peter. Look at it.
Bravo. I love it. That's great. Very good.
It's going to be like Christmas. Like Christmas, Peter. Thank you very much. That is beyond generous. Let's give it up for Peter. Some crowns, please, in the chat for Peter right there. Thank you very much for the $100 super chat. All right, let's move on to our next story. We got a lot of super chats. These actually do have to do with Tomb Raider, so let's stick with these really quick. Sal says, remember the reboot sequels lost money?
Yeah, I mean, technically they kind of broke even, but I think they probably... I'm under the impression they probably lost some. They say that they broke even or whatever, but I think that the first game basically broke even, and the 2 after that definitely did not perform well. I mean, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was put on sale almost immediately after release, so they did not perform well, and their budgets were monumental, and the entire Tomb Raider IP sold for like $300 million, and the budgets for the games were almost were over $100 million each. So wow. Just to put that into perspective for how cheap that franchise sold for, it should have been worth a lot more than that.
That's crazy. Chaos Smash says, is Tomb Raider Remastered physical or digital only?
Right, it's digital only. Like, I really hope they make a physical, but probably not.
Dan says, I'll definitely play Tomb Raider Remasters. Thanks, Dan.
Good.
You crazy
Good.
Scarfy came in, says, I'm disappointed that there's not much in the way of Tomb Raider likes. I only know of Death Trap Dungeon and ODT.
I know. There's not enough games that are similar to Tomb Raider, and a lot of people will even point to Uncharted, but Uncharted isn't similar to classic Tomb Raider. You've got the theme, that's the adventurer theme, but in terms of gameplay and all that, it's really not. And so you really just don't have games like classic Tomb Raider, and that's why I'm excited to see actual classic Tomb Raider come back, because it'll prove there is a market for it.
Nissan come in and says, I'm pro cannibal. How dare Crystal Dynamics try to erase my culture? My representation, bruh. Thanks, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Sketch says, want to see how to do a remaster right? Look no further than Metroid Prime Remastered. Yep. That's pretty spectacular. Push-Up says, just to be clear, I wasn't calling Craig a Nephilim. Sure, he's an old giant, but I hear he's nice to be an unholy. But I hear he's too nice to be an unholy abomination. I've been called worse. I promise you that. And Dean says, didn't the devs say they killed Lara in one of the games to be done with the Tomb Raider series? I remember the game, sort of.
Yes, that was Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Core Design at the time, they were having to push out a new game every year, and they were extremely overworked. Granted, because the devs did, it was a very small team, and the games were hugely successful, and the budgets for the games were way lower than the modern games. So the royalties, a lot of them were able to retire after, but they were exhausted, and so they did want to kill Lara Croft off in Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation so they could be done with her, but that wasn't the case. Eidos was like, hey, you're making another one, and so they had to continue.
All right. We're going to get back to Tomb Raider in just a second. We got a lot to talk about, but I want to be mindful of our guest time. We're going to get into this next story, which is just absolute insanity. We were going to talk about this yesterday, but I actually held off on talking about this because my daughter was homesick, and got to be honest, I didn't want her dad saying. I didn't want to hear her dad saying all the bad things that I really want to say about this next story. So let's go and bring in our guest today, Joker. Joker, how are you? Oh, you're muted. You are muted, my friend.
Unmute. All right, there you go. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
All right,
we
cool.
can see you.
What's up, guys?
Glad you joined me, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Not too bad. Just finished lunch, had my second cup of coffee, so I'm energized. I'm good to talk about this.
All right. Well, let's get into this story. For those who don't know, you are a streamer over on Kick at kick.com/thejoker. You do a regular show over there. Yeah, is it nightly or?
So yeah, it's during the evening time. It's around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The days kind of fluctuate depending on like my work schedule and stuff like that. I am a Kick streamer. I do podcasts kind of in a similar fashion that you're doing here.
Cool.
But I have more like theatrics and things flashing in your face, that kind of stuff, just to draw in the crowd. And then what I do is I bring in kind of like a very important message to tie in the theatrics and the comedy with like the real stuff. You know what I mean?
Your production value is spectacular, but we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about the insanity that's happening over on Kick.
Yeah.
Over the last 24 hours or so, after a YouTuber named Something About Chickens more or less put this guy named Riot LOL on blast.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to pull up the video of that and just kind of talk about this. This is the Reddit post about it. And then we have the video. Now, this guy here is Something About Chickens. His name is Daryl. I've reached out to Daryl to be on the show to talk about this. He has not responded. But let's go ahead and watch just a minute or so of this and kind of give you the high level rundown of this controversy here.
Omar is his real name. He's a 20-year-old Kick streamer, TikToker, Twitter/X user, whatever you want to call it. And here's him about to get a girl that's clearly, let's say, not of age to expose herself live on his stream. But before we get there, let me tell you about a website called Kick. Kick is a live streaming.
Okay, so you saw the first 30 seconds. It's really pretty much what you need to know about this guy is He is a streamer on like Omegle, or I guess the successor to Omegle.
Yeah, he's like an Omi TV.
All right, so Joker, give us the rundown on this guy. Like, what was the main story here? So you can summarize this probably better than I can.
So what this guy did, he got like about 10,000 followers, and what he was an Omegle or Omi TV person who went on Omi TV, and he baited females to essentially expose themselves, right? And he knew that he couldn't show that on his stream, right? And they didn't know that they were being live streamed to hundreds of individuals. So instead, what he did was he offered people to come to his private Discord, and he had an NSFW channel, and he would post the clips of that woman exposing herself to his audience. And to take it a step further, he even did it with minors. And the way that he did it with minors was he strategically played dumb, saying, "You're 18, right?" And then eventually they're like, yeah, but then I'm also 15. And he's like, no, you're 18. And then they would eventually understand what he was getting at. So not only did he victimize adult women by posting their unknowing nudes that he, secretly recorded for his Discord, but he also did it with minors as well.
This is the type of kid who he said he's 20 years old. This is the type of shit that doesn't need to be happening. As a parent, these are the type of things that I worry about. I have 2 daughters, and these motherfuckers prey on these girls and their ignorance associated with, really just preying on the power. We talked about Vince McMahon on this channel many, many times now over the last couple of weeks, right? And the power associated, the power struggle. And that's what you see with this little piece of shit, where he would go about and more or less gang up on these girls in a position of power and guilt them into, exposing themselves on stream, and then literally turning around and supplying it to his audience without any consent at all. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And I did a whole interview yesterday with actually someone who had interaction with this guy, and they were completely disgusted. They try to what they call rizz up that female streamer whose name is Lindsay Wood in a way that, again, it was predatory, right? And yesterday when I saw this in the morning, I was like, I had to do something about it, because it's not just him that's doing this. Right. Kick, unfortunately, since April of last year, is dealing with these Omegle / monkey app streamers who are doing similar things. And the more that you dig into it, the more that these guys surface up. And you're like, wait a minute, this is actually not just one person. This is a whole ring of pedophiles and predators that are doing this on the platform. So anyone who's out there, if you find something that is like this, I would urge you all to, again, report it and make sure that Kick is aware of it. Make sure Craig here, myself, anyone's, who can report on this, so we can spread awareness, because it is plaguing currently the Kick community.
Oh, you muted, Craig.
The one thing that was probably the most shocking thing about this whole thing is there's a 40-minute video on this, and once again, I'm trying to get the guy on who did this. Something about chickens is the guy who did it. The most disturbing thing is, yes, it's really fucked up that he's doing this. It's like 10 out of 10 fucked up. But what's even more fucked up about it is that one of the founders of Kick is in this guy's corner and saying, "Oh, it's so good that you're, I'm so happy you're on the platform," and he's applauding this guy's content. This guy, Eddie. Joker, you are a streamer on Kick. You have planted your flag over at Kick saying, this is where I want to grow. As a Kick streamer, what does that tell you? Because, I watched your stream last night. You were very passionate about this, right? And rightfully so. And you've very much said that this shit needs to end. But you see someone in authority over at Kick more or less approving this content. I don't know. I'd just love to hear your thoughts on that.
So since the beginning of Kick. I've been on Kick since the beginning, and I know Eddie. I've spoken to Eddie several times, and I'll be in his defense and saying, look, he seems like a very genuine guy. He wants to help build up people, and I would like to believe, and I can't verify this, but I would like to believe that there's a level of like ignorance there with Eddie. Right. So like he likes to go into different channels and like donate a bunch of money to creators that do edgy content because he likes edgy content. He likes Ice Poseidon and those kinds of folks. So, do I think he applauded pedophilia? I would like to believe not. And I hope I'm not proven wrong in that. However, there is one thing that really stuck out to me was there was a staff member that was in that guy's chat that was applauding him and gassing him up and getting him out there to do that kind of stuff. And I had shown extreme, anger towards that staff member. And our efforts yesterday actually did two things. One, it got that guy Riot LOL banned off of the platform for good. And number two, it also got that staff member fired. So at least Kick is like, okay, we got to do something about this. But I took it a step further, and I also reported him to his local authorities. Because I'm not going to just have it stop right then and there, right? 10,000 followers. I know he has a Discord somewhere. We need to stop him in his tracks from victimizing more women.
This guy, he's pretty much gone radio silent. He's deleted all of his TikToks and privated everything and all of his social media, as well as his Kick being banned. But this is... we just made a move from at the start of this month. We moved off of Twitch less than 2 weeks ago to Kick, and we encourage everyone to go over to Kick. So for me personally, as I'm watching this, I had I do have very mixed reactions to this, right? Kick is an alternative, but the reason why we moved away from Twitch is because they don't have their platform in order, right? And this to me says Kick doesn't have their platform in order. It's really fucked up. And I understand that every platform is going to have its issues. YouTube has a shit ton of issues, right? As you guys were talking about this on your stream last night, I didn't catch her name, but she mentioned one of the girls you were streaming with, the women you were streaming with, mentioned the idea that Kick is more like the mature audience, right? It was some sort of a metaphor attached to that. Can you
HBO to Nickelodeon. That's right. I think there was Lindsay Wood that said that, because she's a partner on Kick. But what I will say is, in terms of like Kick being like something that is not put together, I mean, it is still in beta, and not to go to its defense, right? I want to just put this in perspective here. It is still in beta. It definitely has a lot of kinks and quirks. And one thing that I was very, very, very specific in saying, because I know staff members were listening, they watch my stuff all the time because I'm a controversial figure on the platform and they want to make sure I'm not doing bad stuff. But the way that I was saying, I was like, look, this is a very big learning opportunity. So you did the right thing of firing that staff member. But the fact that we got this guy to build up about 10,000 viewers or followers, right, and build a Discord and really empower himself without any kind of moderation, that to me is extremely telling that their moderation team is not good to go. It's leagues away from being good, right, and established. So, I don't want, Kick to be the next Twitch. I don't want it to where we're censored. But we also need to figure out, where that medium is. We're like, all right, enough's enough. We need to put an end to this. And this seems very illegal. Let's make sure we ban this guy off the platform and then go through the appeal process if, in fact, there was an error. So I think that's kind of where we're at.
Melanie, this is your first time hearing this story.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think break out the wood chipper, like no mercy. This is extremely disturbing, and I'm really glad to hear that Joker here's reported this to that guy's local authorities, all that kind of stuff, because something needs to happen, and something way more severe than just banning his account. This guy's an actual predator.
Labs, you brought this to my attention yesterday, and we were going to talk about this. You were really passionate about it, and obviously still are. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, first I want to shout out Phoenix 1986 because he was the one who sent it to me and sent it to everyone else. So shout out to him for making us all aware. But yeah, I just think it's crazy. I agree with Joker that there needs to be certain process in order to control, well, not control, but like, if people are doing illegal shit, obviously that needs to be controlled, and like especially CP. And it's just awful that these teenagers had no idea that they were being filmed in front of hundreds of people, and this piece of shit guy is just laughing, and he's boasting about it in that video that's 40 minutes long, saying, "Oh, what'd you think of that? Look, I could have had her, guys. Like if we weren't even streaming, I could have gotten her to do much more." It's like, oh, you're a vile piece of shit who have like no parents, I guess, in your life to tell you how to be a decent human. But besides the fact, I just honestly mind blown. It's always those few bad apples who always have to ruin like platforms for everyone else who actually like goes by the rules, doesn't do anything batshit insane and illegal. So I mean, there's always going to be those assholes, and basically Kick, as Joker says, just needs to get better mods.
So can I also like elaborate just a little bit on the video, that 40-minute video?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just stop at like victimizing women. This guy, and just a trigger. Can I give a trigger warning here? Because this is a trigger warning.
We don't. Everyone's an adult here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I mean, this guy was like making sexual remarks about infants.
Yeah, it was good. It's disgusting.
Okay, and not only that, but he was essentially saying also in the chat, 1 for kiss, 2 for smash, 3 for what rhymes with grape. All right. Like that's the level of disgusting this person is. But again, 10,000 followers on the platform for God knows how long. We got a real freaking problem on Kick.
So I think that the biggest thing for me is this guy's not alone. This is a trend on is this just a Kick trend? Is this on Twitch as well, or is this just a streamer trend? Because this is part of the world that I'm not familiar with.
I think it's a platform trend.
So right. I mean, if you think about it, right, Twitch is highly moderated. Twitch is very censorship, right? They do censor even if you talk about like say COVID or whatever, right? We've seen that in the past. However, I think the culture has shifted ever since Kick has come into play because freedom of speech is absolutely wanted. Freedom, to have that creator freedom of doing cool things, right? So this way we can do that edgy content and that comedy and stuff and not really get reprimanded for it. However, that culture shift is kind of like putting us in a very dangerous territory, right? We see like the Zerkas of the world that are openly joking about pedophilia while they're on Monkey App and whatnot. And people are like, oh, he's just edgy. He's just laughing about it. It's satire. But unfortunately, there are people out there in this world that wouldn't see that as satire and see that as, well, that's the way I'm going to make it. So let me go ahead and go full throttle into it and take it a step further. How much do you push the line until enough is enough? So I think this is an overall culture thing where the entire internet's like, well, that's how this guy made it. Look at this guy, let me do it, where I'm even better. And they all try to one up each other until they get to this point.
I think, when you look at this kid, and by the way, if you ever wanted to punch some, like even if you're a non-violent person, and you watch this video, you will find your fist raising to the point where if you ever see this kid, you will leave him without any teeth, right? You will smash this kid's fucking face in if you ever have a chance to. I mean, this is like, I'm 42 years old. I have no interest in fighting anybody ever, except for this kid. like I want to pound this kid into the fucking ground. And as pointed out in the chat, send him into a rusty wood chipper. By the way, in Minecraft. And obviously it's ridiculous that this is happening. So obviously Kick has a lot of hurdles to clear here, and this is a very big hurdle, which you guys pointed this out. This is something that could absolutely not just put a stain on the Kick brand, because it's already fighting uphill, but this could potentially shut down a platform if the mainstream media or gets any sort of traction outside of this bubble.
Well, I'll take it a step further and even look at it in a light where, Kick right now is promoting Regiment GG, right? That's one of their partners, which is a gaming community meant for veterans and service members. Well, let's go ahead and just put it out there that, well, say Kick gets shut down because they are seen as pandering to pedophilia. maybe Congress eventually says, you know what, this is a very dangerous site. Let's go and investigate this. And who's a part of that? Well, all those service members now who have security clearances might fall into a category where they're supporting something that is absolutely, being investigated for, I don't know, again, pedophilia or that kind of stuff. Well, now their service is in jeopardy, right? Now those people can't work because they're going to lose their security clearances. So this is like, it's such a bad thing waiting to happen if it goes unchecked. And that's one of the reasons why I'm employing everyone to like say, you know what, let's make sure we hold the staff accountable. Let's make sure we hold the partners accountable for any of the predatory behavior, because if not, then number one, there are service members that are going to get screwed up from this. Number two, I don't want to be affiliated with a platform that panders to pedophilia. Are you kidding me? Okay. And number three, if it does go down, well, something that I've worked so hard to build since the beginning, because I value freedom of speech, goes out the window. And now what are we left with? Rumble, okay. Twitch, fuck no. Excuse my French. Sorry. I don't mean to curse on you. Right. But you know what I mean? Not Twitch. Right. So that's just, where else do we go?
Question: has Discord removed his Discord server?
From what I know, he privated everything, so I have no way of actually verifying that. Okay. He deleted all his Yeah.
He deleted a whole bunch of his tweets, and then somehow he left that video up. Like, he exposed himself. He posted his own tweet, of that video, which I think is wild. But didn't he say in the video how, if you found everything that he was saying, weird and insulting, you were un-American? Did I understand that correct when he said that in that video? Because I was just like, wow, if that's what you think Americans are, you have something really fucked up there.
Yeah, so I think that, he's just trying to find excuses, right? So he doesn't want accountability. He wants to kind of excuse his disgusting behavior.
Right. Well, Joker, I appreciate the fight, man. You're doing good stuff over there, getting rid of these sickos. Appreciate you popping in for 20 minutes or so to hang out and share this story, because I think it's something that definitely needs to be addressed. And as I said, for me personally, as somebody who, as we moved away from Twitch to Kick, this puts hesitation, in the back of my brain, going like, man, this company needs to get shit squared away. So hopefully they do get it squared away, and in the next 6 months, 9 months, a year, we can look back at this as a turning point for the platform and realize that they turn this immense negative into potentially a great positive.
Yeah, and please, if you have any second thoughts or whatnot about going on Kick, look at it at the bigger picture, right? And like I mentioned before, it is definitely a platform that is currently in beta. Not making excuses for it, but just, again, like I said, just looking at the whole picture of it. And if you guys can just, again, work with it, build it, influence not only the people on it, but the partners and the staff, to go out and fix things and get things kind of rolling in a way where it's pro freedom of speech. And building it into what I hope would become a right-wing platform. Just saying, I lean very right. That would be great, because we'd certainly need it against the liberal / left wingers that are currently pushing the cancel culture narrative, right? That's just really it.
I will say, for in the little pro Kick thing, when I had an issue with them when I first joined, which I joined Kick over a year ago at this point, I would say, they instantly responded back to me, and it was 9 p.m. at night, and they instantly responded back to me and fixed my problem within an hour. For me, trying to get a hold of Twitch, it was days before I heard anything from anyone, because, I'm just a nothing burger on Twitch. So I will give them, but they do have pretty good customer service.
Cool.
Yeah, it's big.
All right, Joker. Well, thanks again for popping in, man. Enjoy the rest of your day,
Thank you.
and we'll definitely be in touch.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate you.
Man.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see
Take
you,
care,
buddy.
guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so you can go find Joker over on Kick at kick.com/the Joker. Obviously, he lives the gimmick with the screaming face paste. But if that's a story that was so disheartening for me to see. And that shit is happening in the world, but you don't realize how fucking close to home it really is. And that's the saddest and scariest part of this whole thing. So we try to keep it light and laugh at stupid stuff, but sometimes you just gotta not be afraid to toss people in wood chippers in Minecraft. So
Yes.
We should just change it to Power World because it's totally trending.
Yeah, in Pal World.
in Power World, that's right.
In Power World.
Hey, Bizarre Star says, Mel, what are your thoughts on AOD's strength upgrading system?
Don't like it. I would remove that altogether. I think it's stupid. It was ambitious. They wanted to add a lot of RPG elements and stuff, but then they just didn't have the time to properly implement it. I say that's not even needed in Tomb Raider in general, so scrap it. I would want Angel of Darkness to be demade. I said remake, but I prefer to actually term it as demake because I would want it in the same style as they've already done with these classic remasters. So go back to that old engine and put Angel of Darkness in that engine.
Kongzilla came in with 5 memberships. Let's go. Puts us at 16 for the day. We are 9 short of our goal of 25. Let's go, Kongzilla. Thank you so much for your support. Genuinely appreciate that. As we are now just 9 away from our 25 goal membership. Mercenary says Classic Tomb Raider was the Indiana Jones superior. Thank you.
It
very
was
much.
superior. I agree.
Orthodox Monk says Craig is the BFG, big friendly giant. Old Ronald Dahl book. That's right. It's a good book, man. That's good
That's
stuff.
not Ronald.
What did I say? What's his name? How do you say
Royal Dahl.
it? Royal.
Isn't it
I just know him
Royal?
as Dahl. Dahl. Yeah.
You can call him Ronald, whatever.
He's Ronald today.
Ronald Dahl.
Just for
That's right.
today.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. Ice Cold says, sadly, this stuff isn't new. If you recall, Johnny Somali, he has streamer buddies who also record women of various ages secretly for their Discord. That's just the most fucked up thing. Golly.
Yeah.
Slightly technical, aka Patrick says, wood chipper time in Fortnite. 61 says, time to close the gates on this guy. Yep. This is absolutely a gatekeeper shit, man. Keep those fuckers out. Mercenary says, I live by the rule of if it is fantasy, keep it fantasy. Do not bring it into the real world. If it ends up real, one-way rocket straight to the sun.
Damn.
It's Mercenary. Scarpy says, if only the guy was gushing about some new Korean PlayStation game protagonist, more people would call him what he is. Thanks, Scarpy. Dean says, times like these, I wish the Punisher was real.
Oh, for real.
And Ice Cold says, I'll mention one of the names. Harrison IRL even jokes about having HIV while he goes around Asia, and Kick has gifted him subs. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Thanks, Ice Cold. Appreciate that.
Okay.
And Emperor Nero says, Melanie Mack is a neo-Puritan confirmed. Bring back the degeneracy of the 1990s to the early 2000s. No more puritanical crusades against fictional content. Down with morality, please. And viva the degenerate revolution. Thank you so much.
I just said I personally would not want to play as a character completely naked. I don't think that's unreasonable, and I don't think that's the 90s stuff of people complaining about stuff like Lara Croft in shorts, but I digress.
Maybe. Do you remember the nude code back in the day?
Well, it wasn't real, but
yeah. That was the rumors. Lara Croft nude code. Whoa.
yeah,
Great.
like I think there's still like I still am anti-pornography and stuff. So no, I don't want to play a game as a completely naked character, but I mean, I'm totally fine with playing a character in a very flattering outfit. And in this case, what I've seen from Stellar Blade, I think her outfits are cute.
Let's go. Al came in with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go, Al. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. Puts us at 21, just 4 away from our goal. Give it up for Al. If you guys got gifted membership, make sure you say thank you to Al for that. That's spectacular. Genuinely appreciate that, Al. All right, let's. We got a few minutes left. Let's go ahead and get into. It's Tuesday. It's around noon Central Time. Let's get into it. It's time for Streamers Are Stupid. Cute
Love
intro.
this.
We definitely need an intro.
I
writing
agree.
that down.
I agree. Any suggestions for the intro, chat? Any maybe parodies or something we can do? But this is the segment where we take a look at streaming life and realize that streamers are just idiots. And that is the case. Not all of them, but nearly all of them. We are, in fact, streamers, so we can laugh at them. It's okay. It's like... No, I'm not even going to say it. But Twitch has made the move to remove a Pokemon emote. Now, there's a lot of this is some very controversial stuff, Mel, as they've removed for animated images of buttocks. As you can see, it moves.
He has a butthole.
He does.
I think it's a cute little Pokemon.
Little
He is a
pokey
cute
butt.
little Pokemon.
He looks like a little Mandrake from Harry Potter.
This was disallowed content for imagery of sexual content or nudity. Gasm emotes, which contain sexualized torsos or bodily fluids, or animated images of buttocks. So here we go. This guy has been removed. So great.
Wow.
That's hilarious. Sad day for this guy. Rest in peace.
Whoa, so the real dude the real Pokemon does have the butthole.
He's got
It's
a little,
accurate. So it's accurate.
he's got a little pooty hole down there, right? As we established yesterday, Blabs, everybody poops, right? Everybody.
Exactly.
You know?
Why do we always have to bring it to poop on this show? Vince
Well-
McMahon, you, everybody poops. Like, is that the theme?
Blabs, you are literally the person who brought this story to me. So
I didn't
you
talk
are the
about
one.
poop. I talked about butts. There's a huge difference.
Uh,
What if I was like, I like big butts and I can't not lie, and then you'd be like, poop? Like, see what I'm saying?
Blabs, the entire idea here is we're talking about a butthole and a Pokemon. Don't get all high and mighty on me.
Nah, don't try twisting this around, buddy.
We're talking about buttholes on Pokemon. That's why you got banned.
Yeah. What's
That's literally
butthole?
that's the entire story, Blabs.
There's more to it than life.
Oh, I'm just please tell me the in-depth reason, Blabs. Tell me the
They're
in-depth
trying to
reason.
censor the Pokemons. That's why. They're trying to control the Pokemons because Power World is dominating.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. McLeod has a really good question, and this is a really good question. Blabs, what are butts for?
Sitting, probably. Nice and cushioning.
They are. They are for sitting. I mean, you
And
got
some other
poop out
things.
of them, so there's that.
Yeah.
But I do think that butt cushion is definitely for sitting and for not getting bruised up and not hurting your bones.
Keeping your intestines together with, I guess.
Your butt keeps your intestines together, confirmed by Blabs today. That's what butts are for.
Yeah.
God damn, Blabs. Ridiculous. Oh my God.
Well,
Let's go to our next story where a TikToker, this is just fascinating, man. A TikToker who had a boyfriend, broke up, and she went on a 10-day vacation
I saw this.
where she slept with 22 guys in 10 days to help get over her ex. And she's upset because she got slut shamed after sleeping with 22 guys over 10 days. That's over two dudes a day.
I don't get how, in what universe she even thought that was an own. All that is validation for the guy for breaking up with her in the first place. Like, oh, I
Still
made
a
the
lot of
right
stamina.
decision. And to me, that's just like somebody trying, you're going to drink poison to punish somebody else. Like, that's disgusting. It's gross. Let's call it what it is. I don't care if they say slut shaming. It's disgusting. Like, there's nothing to brag about being promiscuous and being exposed to people who could have goodness knows what STDs and all that. It's gross. You're not
It's-
owning anyone but yourself. You're making yourself look bad.
It's certainly not like she was screening these guys before she's getting railed
Yeah.
by them. You know, she's not like, hey, honey. Or like, did they wear protection? Like, there's so many questions here. Here
would
is
hope
the
so.
TikTok that she put out there.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that.
She says it like so arrogantly too.
I know. She thinks she really ate.
Like, way to go.
she probably did.
She probably did
lot of
eat
times, to
some
be
chlamydia.
honest.
Ate that chlamydia.
Congratulations, you have an STD.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's really pretty amazing. Hold on, let me. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's see. I can't keep playing it. There we are.
Oh yeah, it's wanting
That
to.
10 days. My goal was 20 and I just hit 22 this morning. It's 1 p.m. now here in Paris and I need to check out because I'm going home. I really doubt I'm going to get another one on the board, either on the plane or like on my layover.
Ew, she wants to be part of the
22
Mile
is where
High.
we're going to cap it out, but how did I go?
So,
She thought people were all gonna be like, "Yes, girl."
yes, queen. Yes, queen. Oh, God, just vomit. Vomit.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, like, there's really only three words you can say to that. What a whore.
Yes.
You know? Like, that's really it. And, like,
Exactly.
here's the problem. The biggest problem she has is that she broadcasted this out on the world to the world to see, went viral, and now no dude will ever want to. Oh, aren't you the girl that got ran through 22 guys in 10 days?
She got plowed, Craig.
Right. Holy crap. It's
Multiple
unbelievable.
times. And like, did you hear? She's like, "Oh, I just had one this morning." She's like talking as if she's doing like some type of gym workout or going on like this health like venture. And she's like, "I just did one this morning. I don't think I'll have time to do one another time, like the next couple hours, maybe on the plane." Like, ew. The planes are disgusting. The bathrooms are gross. Why would you want to do that? Ew. Go to the doctors. Get tested. Thank you.
Just
Hey
crazy.
guys, I just desecrated my body 23 times today. Go me!
Guys, don't think that's attractive.
Clip that, Blabs, please, for the intro. Just kidding. We will not put that in the intro. But somebody will clip that today. And look at Melanie Mack, this heathen, this
hell.
Oh, it's crazy. All right, let's go over here to Dexerto. Look, we all love ourselves a good lightsaber. You guys ever?
Is that code for something you want to talk about, Craig?
Especially that girl. She likes 22 of them. But this girl really likes this lightsaber. She was over here going crazy doing a lightsaber routine, kind of like twirling a baton. You know, she wants to look awesome. Let's see what happens. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, shit.
No, she broke it.
That shit's expensive, bro.
Oh.
She thinks she's so awesome at this
She
point.
became a Jedi. I did it. I used the Force.
The face of regret. Oh no. What, Blabs? You probably own a couple lightsabers.
I have one, but it's actually made for dueling, so it shouldn't break. I've yet to break it. I've smacked it against tree branches and stuff. So.
Okay. How much did yours cost?
It was less than 200, I believe. It was a Christmas present, so I don't know. But it was at the time it was less than 200.
200, man. I mean, that was a pretty cool effect for the 5 seconds that happened.
Yeah, it's over 100 for sure. And the really nice ones go for like 1,000. So yeah.
The irony that the girl who slept through 22 guys in 10 days probably said the same thing. That was a really nice effect for like 5 seconds. But,
wow. She probably said
just bringing
that
it
too.
back. Just bringing it back to the story, you know.
She's disgusting. I just can't get over that.
I know,
Like, ugh.
It's crazy.
Ugh.
And let's move on to our next story. Now, Blabs, you just said we need to. This is the last one. We need to see this one. This is the dog.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, sounds good. Let's check this out.
I love how you don't even pre-screen them. I do.
Nope. I like to react naturally.
We just trust you. We trust you.
Dog cam is a big thing, you know. People love dog cam. They love to see Bowser. They love to see Max, my dogs. You know.
We're gonna have to do that for Thursday. Just saying.
We should have dog cam, shouldn't we? Absolutely. Let's see what happens with this puppy.
We'll go with it. All right, I'm gonna be right back. He would never eat the camera.
Oh, he's gonna eat the camera. On cue.
He's never gonna eat the camera. And he's gorgeous too. I love his markings.
That's awesome.
So
like
cute.
he knew as soon as she left. Look at this little rascal here. She's gone.
Mom.
Time to eat. Let's go.
I just like the sound effects.
Ice Cold in chat said you died. If they put like the Dark Souls you died screen over it, that would be hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome. That's spectacular. Yeah, we definitely need to get a Dark Souls death there right there. All right, let's go one more. Let's go one more here, and this is coming from a Twitch streamer. This is awesome. Speaking of Korea, we've had a lot of fun with Korea the last little bit. They're somewhat based, but the women there are not happy. Twitch streamer Kiara Akitty, egged by woman for trying to quote seduce her husband.
That's kind of base.
We go full spectrum over here. We go from the hoe to the one who's like, you damn, boom.
Yes. It seems like her spicy streams backfired in a way after a Taiwan IRL broadcast went off the rails when she was suddenly attacked by a random woman. For a good 20 seconds, she was pelted by eggs, and a shouting match ensued by both ladies. "You post sexy photos to seduce my husband," the woman screamed in the middle of the street. "I don't know who your husband is. Are you mad?" And then,
Can you yell that part out again in the best Asian accent? Thank you.
yeah. "You post sexy photos to seduce my husband." Here it is right here. Oh, look at this.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? 我不懂你老公是谁？你报信搞到被动了，老公！你神经病啊！你神经病哎！ Oh my god！
You know what? Watching this live, or watching this now, I think this is fake as shit.
I think
she's just letting her egg her. She's like, "Oh, let me take your time to pull that egg out of
and
the
that
bag."
looks like a dude in
That's
a
a
costume.
dude.
Yeah,
That is 100% a dude. Blabs, horrible story. Fake out of 10.
If it was,
I
real,
didn't watch it.
If it was real, I'd be Team Egg Lady on this. But that does look like a dude in a costume to me.
He's gonna kill me later.
You have one job, Blabs.
I saw the title. I saw the images. It's like perfect.
Blabs, you had one
I
job.
wanted to do a live reaction for once. Damn it!
Blabs, you have two jobs.
I think it was
One,
fun.
make sure the N-word isn't said on stream. Two, make sure it's women throwing eggs and not men. All right?
All right, this sounds very sexist.
Unreal.
Only women can throw eggs, not men.
Yes, naturally. It's ridiculous.
Well, only women have eggs, so it makes sense.
That's right.
Chat says, then streamer who was stupid was Blab. See? There you go. Full circle.
I think it was fun. We got to play detective.
Thank you, Melanie.
Oh my God. Hey, DW came in with 20 gifted memberships. Let's go, D-Dub. That's a dub for everybody. Look at it right there.
Yay.
Woo. My God. That's spectacular. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you guys say thank you to D-Dub and consider paying it forward. A quick reminder, coming up on Thursday, that is our Super Bowl, our 12-hour stream, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's going to be our big year 2 goal kickoff. Looking forward to you guys being here. Make sure you guys are here for that. We're going to have all sorts of fun things to do. It's going to be great. Peachy says, hey, Mel, have you talked about the subversive he gets a Super Bowl yet? Hella cringe.
I did earlier on the stream. You can go back to the VOD and watch my reaction there.
Yeah, about 10 minutes in. Thanks, Peach. Mercenary says, forget the Punisher, get the Shadow. Thanks, Mercenary. Push-Up says, and change Trent. What a fucking beach.
Oh, he does not like Curtis Trent and Angel of Darkness, and I'm Team Curtis Trent, so yeah, he's cool.
Because I didn't know what that was. That's good. Schnitzel from Chowda says, being in beta is not excuse for poor monitoring. Yeah, talking about the Kick story a few minutes ago. Ice Cold says, Craig, you should try to interview Val Venus. His ex-banner says, hello, biological ladies. That's an old character from back in the WWF Attitude days when he was a porn star. And then he'd come out and he'd go, hello, ladies. And now he has to change it, which is great. Mercenary says, leave fictional people alone. Deal with the real. Thank you, Mercenary. John Kanji came in and says, SJW, we're mad at a King of Fighters character for having big bobs. SNK responded by making them bigger in the final game. Think of the fans first.
That's funny.
The Copper Owl says, that Pokemon is a potted plant. It's the pot's hole.
Pots need to poop too.
It's true. Good point. That makes it even funnier though. Like that's spectacular. Like here it is right here. This is a potted plant with the and there's your little,
Plants
that's
poop
funny.
too.
Yes.
That's right. Hashtag plants live matter. Sunwuku says butts are just cushion for the pushing.
For
Hey,
pushing
Sunwuku.
poop out.
Jonathan with the 10 says, do you think she or any of her partners could feel the crabs crawling at any point, or did they just mutate to lobsters? So gross. Oh, Jonathan, you funny. Thank you, Jonathan. Hey, you says, correction, Craig. Whores get paid. Shaking my head. This is true. They do. They make that money. Spectre Wolf is back with the 10. Thank you so much, Spectre Wolf. Says, let's not shame her. How about the guys? Some people are disgusting onions.
Yeah, but how
Shame
would they
them
know
all.
she's been sleeping around?
That's right.
They're gross too for sleeping around with a stranger.
Yeah, for
They're all
sure.
gross.
For sure, but also, like, I think they probably
Right.
wouldn't have slept with her had they known she was keeping a little notebook going, check, tally, 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 doop, tally, 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 you know?
Sleepy Maribo says, fun fact, the hatred for classic Tomb Raider was strong that it affected the ending of Tomb Raider's last revelation.
They were tired. They were tired.
They were sleepy. All right,
Holy
ladies.
shit.
Whoa!
Woo! Alec Baldwin's finger!
He's come back!
With
Wow.
50 gifted memberships.
Damn.
Holy Pizzoli Alex Baldwin's finger doing the work of gods today with a 50 bomb. Holy crappers. That's why you have butts for Alex Baldwin's finger. Let's give it up for the 50 gifted
That's
memberships.
wild.
That is unreal.
Yay!
Listen, we gotta play the developers video.
Developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes!
Yes! My favorite part.
Look at it, Alec! Look at it, Alec Baldwin's finger. I should
You need
put
my
a finger.
finger!
Down. Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a little.
Little finger?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a little finger here, little sugar finger down there. There we go. There's my art. Alec Baldwin's
Yeah.
finger with the 50 gifted memberships. Let's go!
Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap! That is spectacular. Wow. That's a way to end the day right there, putting us at 91 members for the day. We have to be approaching a record right now. That is spectacular stuff. Man, give it up for Alec Baldwin's finger right there. That is ridiculous. Thank you guys so much. That is spectacular. Woo! Man,
got
all
memes.
we ask is that you guys say thanks. Consider paying it forward. That's all we ask. Thank you so much, Alec Baldwin's finger. Hey, it's great to see you out at MegaCon, and we appreciate that greatly. Memes, what do we got?
Yeah. Okay. We have side raiders.
Oh, there we go.
I love it.
Here's your Mr. Splabs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yep, that's me.
Step on me, mommy. Apparently I gotta step on Mel.
Oh boy.
This is what Craig looked like before when his mouse froze.
Whoa! Look, that's awesome.
And then we have this one.
Yeah, that was me before the show for sure. Absolutely.
Another Mr. Splabs. Resident
Yes. Lady Dimitrescu.
Evil. And here we have a nice little clip.
Oh no.
Hey guys, I just desecrated my body 23 times today. Go me!
I knew that was coming. I had to lower the volume.
That's awesome. That's great. All right. That's it for the day. Do us a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. We are just about 30 short of 500. That is our goal. As always, we smashed that membership goal. 91 new members today. How spectacular is that, guys? Man, that is great. Thank you guys so much for your support today. Let's continue on and continue to grow. We'll be back tomorrow, back at it again. We have an interesting show tomorrow, don't we, Blabs?
We do. We have Rodimus Primal on tomorrow. So this is gonna be fun.
Roddy! Roddy! Looking forward to having you on, buddy. It's going to be great.
It's not a dog.
Roddy! Come on, let's go. Let's go, boy. I can see Roddy running, like looking like that dog in Up, running towards the side scrollers. Anyways, and Melanie, you have a pretty big afternoon planned, huh?
Yes. So right after the stream, give me enough time to grab some snacks and stuff, but I will be streaming the Tomb Raider remasters all day. So you can find me on Kick, YouTube, or Twitch at Melanie Mac across the board.
It's going to be a big one. This is her Super Bowl
Yes,
right here.
it
man.
is my
Let's go.
Super Bowl.
That's awesome. Give it up once again for Alec Baldwin's finger and DW coming in hot. We had the massive 1 hundo coming earlier. That was just ridiculous. The Killer Spotlight finishes up with a £5 super chat. Says someone tell Melanie that she doesn't need a perfect face filter on TikTok, as she already has a perfect face. Also, developers.
Aw,
Yes.
thank you.
That's very nice. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Obviously, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Looking forward to it. Obviously, Thursday will be as well. It is our Super Bowl on Thursday, so I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you again for all your support today. Go watch Melanie play Tomb Raider. I'll be watching it. Go follow Blabs over on Kick here on YouTube as well. She likes to look at e-thoughts. It's really weird. Apparently, there's lots of them over on Kick, which is great. Appreciate you guys popping in. You guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.